Welcome back to Hashtag. Today we'll be looking into how to develop a GitHub app with Probot and deploy it on Azure Functions. Stay tuned. We will start with opening the VS Code where we'll be using the terminal. Initially, let's check if we have an npm and node installed. We have to ensure that the node version which we have installed is greater than 10. As you can see, we have a version of 16 installed over here. So let's move ahead. After this, let's enter the command npx create robot app and the name of our app. For now, let's keep it first app. After this, it will ask if I want to install the following package. I would say yes. Why? It would take some time to install it. Then it would ask me for my app name, app description, my full name. Let me just enter that. My email ID, which is by default, my username of GitHub, and repository name which I will be using. So that's it. Now we have initialized our robot. Now that we have initialized it, let's run it. I will change directly to my name of the app and then enter npm start. That would initiate my app. As you can see, it says localhost 3000. Let me open that. It gives me a good welcome page. Now let's go ahead with registering this app on GitHub. It would ask for your GitHub credentials. It would ask for the GitHub app name. So let's give it an app name. We would keep it as first app for now. It has to be unique. Now since the first app was already taken, I would say first app robot. After it's done, it would ask me for the organization I want to install. I'll keep it as my personal org. And for now, I will install it on all my repositories and click install. So once it's installed, you will be able to see a page similar to this. So now that we have installed the app, then let's go and explore it. So these are the app settings, description, name. We have a webhook URL, which is the default one which Probot provides with us for local testing. So we have that, and all of these settings are mentioned in a .environment file in a local repository if you want to cross verify with that. Now let's just restart the app, Control C, npm start. Now that the app is restarted, we can go ahead and see how the app looks like. So the whole logic of the app is mentioned in the index.js file. So as you can see over here, whenever an issue is opened, it would send an issue comment saying thanks for opening. Now that we have seen the logic, let's go ahead and see how the app works. So now I would open a repository under my deep-mm organization. I will open a new issue over there. The app is already installed in this org, so ideally it should send a request. When I submit this issue, if you see on your left hand side, it actually sent a request to my app, and my app then created a comment. Now that we have tested the default app provided by Probot, let's see if we can add something to it. So let's also add a default assignee to our issue. So say whenever an issue is created, it would add a comment as well as it would assign it by default to you. So to do that, so we have this REST API provided by OctoKit. So all these APIs are provided by the in the URL which I will be sharing in the description of the video. So it is very easy to add it. To add it, we would add another object called assignee with the value equal to context dot issue. So it would have the same issue number which was raised and the title and all. And we would ensure that we mention the assignee equal to the username. So if I am assigning it to myself, I would say the username as deep-mm, and so you can have it as your username. And then this assignee object I would send into this REST API of .issues.addAssignee. In order to verify that we have written the right thing, let's just go to the AutoCAD site and see. So I see that it asks for assignees instead of assignee. So I would just add another S as a parameter. Once I've added that, let me just restart this app again. Once I've restarted, let me go ahead and open another issue over here. New issue. Let me give it any title, test issue, and click submit new issue. As soon as I submit issue, it sends a request, and if you can see, and additional to adding the comment, it also added as an assignee to me as by default. Now that we have tested our app, let's move ahead with deploying it to the function app. We need to create a folder called the function name. So we have kept the function name as probot function. Instead of that, we have a file function.json. All these files you can find in the repository, which I will be mentioning in the description. So the content of the function.json would remain the same. It's only that it has an HTTP trigger which supports a method post. Apart from it, we also have an index.js file which will also have the same part, except that it would require dot dot slash index, since our default file of the probot is index.js that you can see. So we have replaced that with that, since our default is this. So now we have our function app ready. In addition to this, we also need to make some changes to our package.json and package log.json to add the packages required for our function app to run. So we have added those additional packages. Also ensure to update the package log file from the repository. Now that we have our files in place, the next step is to create a function app on Azure portal. So on your portal, go to function app, create. That would ask for the resource group name. Then let me create a new resource group called GitHub Robot app. Click OK. I need to give a function app name. Let me give it as GitHub hyphen robot hyphen post hyphen app. I would see the runtime stack as Node.js since our code is in Node.js, and the region can be anything. Let me go ahead with East US. With the hosting, let me keep it default operating system Linux. And for the plan type, for now, let's go with consumption plan. For the monitoring, let's select app insights to be on so we can monitor the logs and the status. In the end, let's validate and create the function app. It will just take some time to validate. Let me click on create, submitting the deployment. It should be created within about 2 minutes. Let's wait for that to happen. Now that we have deployed the function app, let's add this files into one repository where we can set up our CI/CD to deploy this app into the function app. Let me create a new repository, first app robot, set it public. Now since we have all the files already, let's push those files onto this repository. So I can use these GitHub commands mentioned over here. Say git remote add origin, go to my terminal, add that. Then I would say git branch hyphen m main. So I would change the branch to main, and then I would finally push all these files onto the main branch. Once the push occurs, yes, so the push is successful. You should be able to see your files over here. So now that we have our files onto this repository, we need to configure the CI/CD from the function app. We go to deployment center. Here we have an option of linking our GitHub. So I would go ahead and click authorize. I would enter my credentials, and once my GitHub is linked over here, we should be good. We forgot to add these files, so we would go ahead to Visual Studio Code again. We would commit all these changes and push these changes onto our repository. So now we have all these changes into our repo. Now since the authorization is completed, let's select our GitHub organization. Since it is in my personal log, I would just select the -mm. Select the repository which you had created to push your files and the branch main, since we haven't created any other file. Then if you click on preview file, it would show you the preview of the workflow that it would generate and add to the GitHub. Close and click save. After clicking on save, it will successfully add this workflow into our GitHub. So if now we go to our GitHub repository, we should be able to see this workflow under actions and it should already be running. So this workflow is responsible for deploying our function app to Azure. So if you can see, it has all these steps automatically mentioned where it will set up the node, resolve all the dependencies, and finally go ahead to deploy the Azure function. So now it is resolving the dependency. While it is running, we can go ahead back to the function app to make some configurations. We need to add some app settings onto this. So under configuration, I would click on add app setting. Let me just open this side by side with the VS Code where we have the .environment file, which is the values that we have to enter in the app settings. Let me open it side by side over here. Uh, yeah, that's done. Let me just go ahead open my .environment file. So I have to add three app settings over here. First, the webhook secret. The value would be exactly the same that we have in the .environment file. Then we have to add the app ID. App ID is unique for each GitHub app which is maintained by GitHub. It has been auto-generated. Let me enter that as well. In the end, the private key which has been provided by GitHub. All these private key and webhook secret help the GitHub app to verify that the webhook is the safe one and it is the one which we have assigned it to. So once you have done that, click on, let's see if the action succeeded. Yeah, and let's click on continue now. It should update the app settings and the action should succeed. Now we can see the function. The action ran success, so the function should be deployed onto Azure. Let me just open that. Let's refresh this page and see if the function appears. Yes, there you can see your function is available on Azure now. Now let's have the function URL. So we will be using this function URL as our webhook from the GitHub app. So instead of the original one which we had been provided by Probot, we would be replacing it with the function app URL. So let's go on to settings. Here under developer settings, we will find our GitHub app. Let's click edit. It would ask for your credentials again to verify. Over here, if you scroll down to webhooks URL, you have to replace this with the function app URL. So now that we have replaced it with function app URL, it is expected that the GitHub app will reach out to the function app instead of the old localhost where we used to run it. Now that we have configured, let's test it out. So in the function app, we have a feature of monitoring it and we can read the logs over there which comes live. Similar to how we had in localhost, we can also do that in the function app. We can go on logs and we can see the logs of the function coming over here. It says connected, so the log should be visible here. Now let's go to GitHub and create an issue and see if it actually works even with the localhost not connected. Let's think with function. I would say submit a new issue. Let's hope it works. Yeah, there you go. So you can see it works exactly the same as it worked in the local host. So this means that the function app is also working fine as it should be, and even in the logs it should be visible in some time. As you can see over here, it shows that it has received some requests from the GitHub app and it was successful. So now we can say that the function app works fine. That's the end, guys. Thank you for watching. We saw how we can create a Probot GitHub app deployed on function app and how easy it is to do it. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.